name is Selena and I'm here to do a tag video, and this is the Who Would Win in a Fight tag, which was originated by Nicole over at Nicole's Adventures in Science Fiction, and I was tagged by her. So the first step in doing this tag video is to create two categories, and so my categories are classics and contemporaries, and here are the characters I've chosen. So I have my classics here in my cup I got at Oxford, and I have my contemporaries here in my New York City Starbucks cup. Okay, so round one, I'm going to pick one from classics and one from contemporary and see what happens. So for classics, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, and for contemporary, Alana from the Saga series. So let's see. Lady Catherine de Bourgh is fierce, and so is Alana. Ooh, two very fierce, independent women. I like this. I like this a lot. I mean, Alana is younger and can fight. I'm going to have to go with Alana on this one just because she is a military personnel, and I just think she would win. Although Lady Catherine is quite fierce, I think she would be able to hold her own, but I'm going to go with Alana. Round two. Pick two people from the classics. Odysseus and the wife of Bath from the Canterbury Tales. So Odysseus from the Odyssey and the wife of Bath, or Allison, from the Canterbury Tales. I'm going to have to go with Odysseus because he fought in the Trojan War. But I particularly picked fierce people, and Allison is quite fierce, but I don't think she's... I mean, if this is like a fist fight, he's going to win. But if this is a verbal sparring match, she would win because, I mean, she takes words and she could twist them around to her liking. Round three. Two from contemporary. Thursday next, Kelsier from the Mistborn series, particularly The Final Empire. Interesting. Well, Thursday next is pretty fierce. I mean, in a physical fight. But then Kelsier has the powers. The allomancy powers. And he's quite fierce too. Like, he doesn't mind killing. Like, he's okay with that. So is Thursday. As long as they're bad guys. I don't know. This is tough. I'm going to go with Kelsier, just because he has the powers of allomancy. So that would give him an edge over Thursday. Although Thursday has the ability to go back in time, so if she can go back in time before she's killed, she can always undo what's going to happen. Although Kelsier, this is a draw, because Kelsier also has the power through allomancy to see the future. So he would see her going into the past, and if she goes in the past, she would know what he's going to do in the future. I just blew my mind. I'm done. It's a draw. Okay, round four. Round four is going to be a team-up match. Do one contemporary with classic, and then contemporary and classic. So first team is going to consist of Ronald Weasley from the Harry Potter series, and Ransom from the Space Trilogy by C.S. Lewis. The second team is going to consist of Jacob from Twilight and Captain Wentworth from Persuasion. Jacob is pretty fierce, especially when he's a werewolf. Captain Wentworth probably only is quite good at battle, like Navy style, military style. So he's good with the musket. Ronald Weasley's powers are meh, and Ransom, although in Perelandra he was pretty fierce when he was beating up Weston. I'm going to have to go with Team Jacob and Captain Wentworth just because Jacob, he tipped the scale. So there we go. Team Jacob and Wentworth wins. Round 5 is going to be two contemporaries against two classics. My classics include Gatsby from The Great Gatsby, and Mr. Rochester from Jane Eyre. Now my contemporary team, Marco from the Saga series by Brian K. Vaughan, and Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia series. So Caspian and Marco are like fighters. Prince Caspian was brought up to be a warrior prince under his uncle, King Tyrion. Marco's just fierce. I mean, he has the magical powers that come with his people and their culture. So that's awesome. And he's shown some real skill, especially in Volume 1. There was that one scene where he was fighting and Alana had to like kind of tell him to stop because he kind of went into a zone and he was like slaughtering people. Mr. Rochester's fierce, but I don't think he would win in a fight. I think he's just kind of like, he's a Byronic hero, but they're more like macabre and moody and not really, you know, fighters. And same thing with Gatsby. I don't think he's a real fighter. I think he's a wimp, in my opinion. So we're going to go with Team Marco and Prince Caspian on this one. Contemporaries win. So round, I don't remember. So I've lost count and I don't remember. So I'm going to do one contemporary and one classic. Classic is going to be Elizabeth Bennet, but I'm putting a little twist in it. Elizabeth Bennet from Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. So not quite a classic, but about 80% a classic, so I'm going to put it in the classics category. Miss Bennet is going to be fighting Zoe Norris from The Shambling Guide to New York City. I like this one because they're equally matched now. So let's see, because Zoe was trained to fight by, I forget her name, but she was like this very scary, short lady, and she would like do trainings in the morning before going to work. So she's been trained to fight. So has Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And they both are fighting supernatural kind of undead creatures. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? This is probably just going to come down to who I like more. Can I have another draw? Will you guys allow me to have another draw? But if one person has to win, I'm going to go with Elizabeth Bennet. There we go. I made a decision. Elizabeth Bennet. And my last matchup is going to be Contemporary Classic versus another Contemporary Classic team. So I have Atticus Finch. It's going to be Emiko from The Wind-Up Girl by Paolo Bacigalupi. The team is going to consist of Prospero, Camille from Archive the Thief. So Emiko is kind of like an AI. Has the ability to, like, she just slaughtered a room full of trained men at the end of the book. Sorry if I spoiled something. And her body allows her to move really quickly, really fast. Although she does overheat. And when she overheats, if she stays overheated for too long, then she can kind of burn out. And all her insides and stuff kind of start to not work. She can climb, scaling buildings and things like that. So that's cool. Atticus is kind of dead weight. Okay, so now putting them against Prospero and Camille. So Prospero has the magical powers and whatnot. Camille, from Archetype the Thief, as long as she has like this bracelet on, she's like unstoppable. She is trained in like martial arts and fighting, and she's like really good at it. But she needs to have that bracelet on. So if they take the bracelet off, then she's not as good. I'm going to have to go with Prospero and Camille because Atticus kind of like would hold Emiko up, and she has a conscience, so she wouldn't let Atticus fall to the wayside while she beats up everyone else. So I think her caring for Atticus and protecting him would make her vulnerable to the attacks that Prospero and Camille would be throwing at her. I'm going to go with Team Prospero and Camille. So that was my tag, and thank you, Nicole, for tagging me, and I hope what I said made sense. And I will tag some people, and I may put them around in the video now, or I'll link them down below. And that's all. Bye!